Good morning, Drupal fans. This is another Mastering Drupal screencast with Greg Kanaddison. As a part of the Mastering Drupal SEO screencast series, today we're going to show you the Dig This module and the Service Links module. These modules help integrate social bookmarking sites into your Drupal site. Getting your site added to social bookmarking sites provides three benefits. First, they can bring you lots of high-quality traffic on your own. Some people read all the new links about a topic on these sites. For example, here I've got the dig page with a search for Drupal websites, and there's an RSS feed provided by this page. If somebody wanted to, they could get all of the new stories added to dig that have Drupal somewhere in the title and description. The second benefit is that they help build external links to your site. Now, some may not be adding much credibility to your site, but external links are generally good. So another popular social bookmarking site is Delicious, and here I pulled up the Delicious tag for Drupal, and we can see which sites have been added to Delicious recently and are and based upon how popular they are. So Delicious, here we've got these external links. Now, what I was saying earlier about not adding much credibility, Delicious uses the nofollow tag, which tells the search engines that they don't necessarily vouch for the links that are in their directory. But in general, having these external links is still good because, again, there are people in the world who just look at this page on a regular basis and say, I haven't seen this blog before, maybe I'll go take a look at it. So they can help bring targeted traffic to your site. And then the third reason for using social bookmarking sites is that they can help add extra entries into the search engine results page so that your site will have, that will eventually lead to your site. So an example of that is if we do a search for features Drupal 6. So because we've done that, the great screencast about new features in Drupal 6 and have that on the Mastering Drupal site, you can see that's the top result in the search engines for this. For right now, for me, where I am in the world, there's a lot of different factors that impact exactly how the search engine page looks. But this is how it looks right now. So then we also see Drupal.org, including a beta release announcement. And then we see, this dig page about new features in Drupal 6. So this, if we were to follow through on this dig page, we would see that it leads eventually basically to the same place as this post, and so it helps. It can help a site to get kind of more traffic because some people will look through these and say, that's not all that interesting. Oh, Dig. I've had good experiences with Dig in the past, and they have good stories. So maybe I'll take a look at what Dig has to say about new features in Drupal 6, and then they end up seeing your story again. Okay. So here we have the Drupal dashboard, a bit of a play site for this series where we can try out some modules and see how they work. I have already installed the Dig This and the Service Links modules on this site, but they just have their default configuration, and so you can't really notice anything about them. So first I'm going to configure the Dig This module. And I've just navigated to Administer, Site Configuration, and then Dig This. So you get a couple of options here, and most of these are about personal preference and the exact way that your site has been set up. So on this particular site, I'm not really paying too much attention to the theme, but if you have a strong feeling, you can say, okay, I want to use either the standard or the compact Dig This widget, and then if you want to better integrate it into your site, you can set a background color for the button so that it will blend into the rest of your site. The weight is a common concept in Drupal and controls where things are positioned relative to other items on the page. And so in this case, you're controlling the weight of the Dig This widget inside of the node. So by setting it to 10, that means that most, a lot of things in the node are going to be below are going to be above this because things generally have a weight, kind of around 0. So if you wanted to put the Dig This widget at the top, you would set it, to -10, for example. And then you can control which node types should have the widget. So in this case, I'm going to select page. I've got one page on this site, and we'll be able to take a look at how that works. So save configuration. And now I'm going to go to the permissions for the service links module. So here we are on the permissions page, and I'm going to say that I want anonymous and authenticated users to be able to use service links. Now it could be that maybe you have a site where you don't want anonymous users to be using service links, or maybe you only want them to show up for anonymous users, but for your authenticated users it just clutters the interface. So that's kind of a nice feature of the service links module to be able to control that. Go ahead and save that permission. Okay, and now if we navigate to the Administer Site Configuration and Service Links page, we get a somewhat similar interface to the Dig This module. We get to choose which kinds of content should have these links added to them. If I were using taxonomy on this site, then you would see the ability to say only put these links on the bottom of posts of a certain category. So that helps if you don't want to clutter up posts that are in one category, or if you only want to really have certain kinds of posts added to the social bookmarking sites. And then this is where service links, kind of the meat of the module is. You get to say which kinds of service links should be added. So I'm going to turn off dig because we're already using the Dig This module. Different social networking sites kind of have different niches that they serve. Delicious and Dig tend to be very popular with the with real techie people. Yahoo, I can imagine, is a bit more popular with kind of everyday web browsers. But you need to kind of understand some of the values, some of the social norms that the different social bookmarking sites have in order to really use these links properly. Technorati is a good link to show if you want to help people if you have a site that's really kind of a blog kind of a site. Technorati seems to be pretty popular with the blog people. And then you get some control, much like Dig This, about how the links are going to look. So there's kind of two different sections to a node entry. One is the links section down at the bottom. That's where you'll see stuff like, add a new comment link, or maybe the number of views of a node if you have the statistics module enabled. So I'm going to say that I want service links to be in the links on the teaser view, and then in full page view, I want the service links to be in the node. Now, we get a lot of control here, and certainly you can do custom theming to put it somewhere more specific, but this makes it easy so that you don't have to write code and you can still get it integrated pretty well. And then the last option is whether you prefer text links, image links, or image and text links. I'm going to go for image and text so that we can see what they both look like. You can imagine if you just selected text, you'd just get text.